You told them the truth, the whole truth. Because that's what honest people do. And then they used it against you, twisted it, weaponized it, held it over your head like a blade. Now you're standing there wondering, was I wrong to be honest? Or was I wrong to be honest with them? Machiavelli answered this 500 years ago. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. He wasn't telling people to lie. He was telling them that not everyone has earned the right to your inner world. The tamed dog walks around with his soul hanging out. He confuses transparency with virtue. He thinks if he just explains enough, people will finally understand. The wolf knows different. He shares truth selectively. Not because he's dishonest, because he's strategic, because some people don't deserve the full map to your weaknesses. Today, we break down controlled deception. 7 ways for knowing what to share, what to hold back, and how to protect your peace without becoming a liar. Type "guard" in the comments if you've ever had your honesty used as a weapon. This content is for educational purposes to help you protect your boundaries. We do not condone manipulation or harming others. In this series, dog and wolf represent mindsets, never individuals. Number 1. Information tiers. You don't give the same key to every door. You don't let every person into every room of your house. So why do you give the same access to your inner world? The wolf operates on information tiers. Not everyone gets the same version of you. Map your tiers. Tier 4, strangers. Surface only. Name maybe. No opinions, no fears, no personal history. Tier 3, acquaintances. Safe topics, hobbies, general interests, surface-level opinions. Tier 2, allies. Real talk, struggles, ambitions, what keeps you up at night, but only what's relevant. Tier 1, inner circle. The full truth. People who've earned it over years, not weeks. The dog treats everyone like Tier 1, then wonders why strangers have ammunition. The wolf matches access to trust. Not because he's cold, because he's been burned enough to learn. Not everyone who asks how you're doing actually wants to know. Some are just collecting information. Number 2, tactical vagueness. Someone asks where you're going. You could tell them the exact address, the time, who you'll be with, or you could say, "Out, I'll be back later." This is tactical vagueness, answering the question they asked, not the one they'd exploit. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince must appear merciful, faithful, humane, religious, and upright." Notice, appear, not lie, just not lay everything bare. When someone pushes for details you don't owe them, practice the vague pivot. What are you working on? A few things, nothing major. Where were you last night? Out handling some stuff? How much do you make? Enough. You? The wolf doesn't elaborate. He doesn't explain. He answers the question they asked, not the one they're really asking. I had a coworker who loved to ask about my side projects. At first, I thought she was interested. I'd tell her everything. The ideas, the progress, the struggles. Then one day my boss called me in, repeating things I'd only told her, twisted just enough to make me look bad. I learned something that day. Interest and intelligence gathering look exactly the same. Now when people ask, they get just some personal stuff, and my life is quieter. Vagueness is not lying. It's just not serving your truth to people who haven't earned it. Number 3, protective white lies. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Sometimes the kindest, safest thing you can do is not tell the full truth. You say you're busy when you're really overwhelmed. You say you're fine when you're not ready to talk. You say you have plans when you just need to be alone. These aren't malicious lies. They're protective shields. The test for a protective white lie is simple. Does it protect your peace? Does it harm no one? Does it give you space you actually need? If yes, Use it without guilt. The dog feels obligated to explain his every no. The wolf knows that "I can't make it" is a complete sentence. You don't owe everyone an explanation. Sometimes no is enough. Sometimes busy is true enough. Number 4. Decoy vulnerability. This is the advanced move. Sometimes people won't stop digging unless you give them something, so you give them something small, real but harmless. A story that satisfies their curiosity without exposing your core. This is decoy vulnerability. Sharing a controlled, low-risk truth so they stop hunting for the high-risk one. Identify what they're really after, then offer a smaller truth in that direction. They want to know about your relationship struggles? Share a minor resolved disagreement. They want to know about your work stress? Share a frustration about traffic or meetings. They want to know your fears. Share something you used to be afraid of, not what scares you now. The wolf doesn't lie. He just offers the appetizer, so they leave the main course alone. Sometimes the best way to protect a fire is to let them warm their hands on a small flame, so they don't go looking for the blaze. Number 5. Lying to systems, not people. Here's the distinction that matters. Systems don't have feelings. Institutions don't have souls. Algorithms don't have rights. When you give a fake name to a loyalty card, you're not betraying a person. When you use a burner email to avoid spam, you're not hurting anyone. The wolf understands this. He tells the truth to people who've earned it. He tells systems whatever they need to hear to leave him alone. Ask yourself before you share. Am I dealing with a person or a machine? A person might deserve your truth. A machine just wants your data. The dog treats both the same. The wolf knows the difference. I used to fill out every form honestly. Real name, real email, real phone number. Then the calls started. The spam. The targeted ads that were too specific. One day I realized I was being honest with machines. They don't care. They're not people. Now companies get John Smith and a burner email, and I sleep fine. Honesty is for relationships. Systems get what they need. Number 6. The integrity check. Here's the guardrail. Not all deception is equal. Some protects, some destroys. The wolf has a simple check before any deception. Does this reduce harm or create it? Before you withhold or deflect, ask, am I protecting myself or manipulating someone? Does this create space for me or trap someone else? Would I feel good explaining this to someone I respect? If the answers lean toward protection, you're clear. If they lean toward harm, stop. The dog lies to avoid conflict and creates bigger problems. The wolf withholds to protect peace and leaves others unharmed. The goal isn't to become a liar. The goal is to stop being a victim of your own transparency. Number 7. Cleanup protocol. Sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes you realize the person actually did deserve the truth. Sometimes your protective wall kept out someone who should have been let in. The wolf has a cleanup protocol. He knows when and how to course correct. If you've been too guarded with someone who earned trust, acknowledge it simply. I was protecting myself. I see now I didn't need to with you. Then share appropriately. Not everything, but more. If you've used deception that harmed someone, it happens. Own it. No excuses. Explain why. Not to justify, to help them understand. Give them space to react. The wolf doesn't double down on mistakes. He cleans them up. Controlled deception is a tool, not an identity. Use it when needed. Put it down when not. Here's the important question. Where has radical honesty actually been self-betrayal? Where have you handed over pieces of yourself to people who never earned them, just because you thought honesty meant no filters? The dog wears his heart on his sleeve and wonders why people keep stepping on it. The wolf keeps his heart inside his chest. He shows it to those who've proven they won't crush it. Your shadow work. Find the gap between the truth you owe and the truth you're just giving away. Someone wrote me recently, "I used to tell my coworkers everything, my marriage problems, my money struggles, my fears about the future. I thought it made me real, approachable. Then I got passed over for a promotion. Later, I found out my friends at work had repeated everything, twisted just enough to make me look unstable. I wasn't being honest. I was being stupid with my own privacy." If that resonates, you're not alone. The world doesn't need your whole story. It needs the parts that serve you to share. Here's your 7-day challenge. For 7 days, practice tactical vagueness. When someone asks a question that feels too invasive, give them a polite but empty answer. Not much? Just stuff. I'll let you know. At the end of the week, notice, did anyone get hurt? Or did you just keep more of yourself for yourself? If this episode cracked something open, if you're tired of handing out maps to your weaknesses, hit subscribe. Not for more noise, because you're choosing to protect what's yours. In the next video, we go deeper into the most dangerous currency of all. We're calling it financial leverage games, the dark psychology of who pays and who obeys. The dog shares everything. The wolf shares strategically. Type guard in the comments if you're done being an open book in a world full of people who can't read.